When God is preparing to give you something big, the first sign you'll often feel is pressure. Not light discomfort, not simple inconvenience, but real pressure. The kind that makes you question what's happening in your life. Pressure on your plans, on your patience, on your emotions, and sometimes even on your faith. And this pressure is not there because you're failing. It's there because something inside you is shifting. You are being stretched, shaped, and strengthened in ways you may not fully understand yet. You see, before any major breakthrough, there is always a period where life feels heavier than usual. It feels like you're carrying more than you used to. But that's not a sign of collapse. That's a sign of capacity. God is increasing your capacity. He's preparing the inner strength you'll need to hold the blessing you've been praying for. Think about the process of building muscle. If you lift light weight, your strength stays the same. It's only when you lift something heavier, something that challenges your ability, that your muscles grow. Life works in exactly the same way. You grow under pressure. You evolve under tension, and God uses these seasons to build the exact strength needed for what's coming next. When the pressure increases, it's a signal that your promotion is close. It's a sign that the next level requires a stronger, wiser, more resilient version of you. The pressure is not a punishment, it's preparation. And the moment you understand that, the entire meaning of your struggles begins to shift. Another important truth you must hold on to is this: God's delay is not God's denial. Most people interpret waiting as a sign that nothing is happening, but waiting is one of the most powerful phases in your life. Waiting is where God rearranges things behind the scenes. Waiting is where your character grows roots. Waiting is where your faith gets tested and strengthened. Sometimes you're not waiting because the blessing is not ready. Sometimes you're waiting because you are not ready, and God in His wisdom refuses to give you something too early because an early blessing can become a burden. Imagine giving a child the keys to a car. The car itself is a blessing, but if given too early, before the child is mature, knowledgeable, and trained enough, it becomes a danger instead of a gift. Many blessings in life work the same way. God holds them, not to withhold good things from you, but to protect you from stepping into something prematurely. His delays are protective delays. They are strategic, they are purposeful, they are designed with your future in mind. Sometimes God delays because He is aligning the right opportunities, the right relationships, and the right timing to ensure that when your blessing arrives, it lifts you instead of weighs you down. Sometimes He delays because He sees dangers ahead that you cannot see right now. Sometimes He delays because the person you are today is not yet the person who can carry the life you are asking for. So when the waiting feels long, when the silence feels heavy, remember, it is not denial, it is divine timing at work. It is preparation disguised as delay. It is God protecting you, shaping you, and positioning you for something far greater than the moment you're currently standing in. One of the most overlooked truths about receiving something big from God is this: you must grow into what you've been asking for. Many people pray for bigger opportunities, greater influence, deeper relationships, more financial blessings, or a higher purpose. Yet they forget that every new level requires a new version of them. You cannot expect a large blessing while holding on to small habits. You cannot step into a greater future while carrying an outdated mindset. Growth is not optional, it is required. When God plans something big for you, He doesn't just prepare the blessing, He prepares you. This is why certain seasons of your life feel uncomfortable. Growth has a way of exposing your weaknesses, revealing your blind spots, and challenging the behaviors that used to feel normal to you. You might notice God pushing you to develop discipline where you once procrastinated. You might feel a pull to leave behind environments that no longer match your values. You may sense a quiet internal call to rise higher in your thinking, your choices, your routines, and your expectations. This is not random, it is preparation. God is shaping you into someone who can sustain the blessing, not just receive it. Because receiving something is easy. Maintaining it is where strength, character, and maturity are required. Think of a seed planted in the soil. Before it becomes a tree, it must break through the ground. Before it grows upward, it must grow downward, stretching its roots deep into the earth. That hidden growth, the growth no one sees, is the most important part. It determines how tall, how strong, and how stable the tree will become. Your life works the same way. God grows your roots before He grows your branches. He strengthens your inner life before He expands your outer life. And the growth process might feel slow, difficult, or or painful, but it is necessary for the size of what's coming. Now let's move to something equally important. Closed doors are not rejection, they are redirection. This is one of the hardest lessons to accept, especially when you're emotionally attached to how you thought things were supposed to go. You had a plan, you had a vision, you had an expectation, and suddenly life takes a turn you didn't see coming. Opportunities fall apart, people walk away, plans fail, paths you were confident in suddenly become unavailable. When this happens, the first reaction is usually frustration or disappointment. But with time and wisdom, you begin to see something deeper. God removes what doesn't belong in your future. Sometimes the door closed because it was too small for the size of your destiny. Sometimes the person left because they could not go where God is taking you next. Sometimes the opportunity failed because God has something better aligned for your growth. What looks like rejection is often protection. What feels like loss is often direction. Closed doors save you from walking into places that would have drained your spirit, limited your purpose, or distracted your focus. They save you from spending time in environments that would have kept you small when God intends for you to rise. A closed door is not God saying, "This is the end." A closed door is God saying, "This is not the way." It is His hand guiding you, even when it feels like He is blocking you. And though you might not understand it in the moment, one day you will look back and realize that the doors that closed were just as important as the doors that opened. The final truth you must understand is this: when God is about to give you something big, He first makes you strong enough to handle it. Before the blessing shows up in your hands, strength begins to show up in your spirit. Before the opportunity arrives in your life, endurance starts building inside your character. God does not give heavy blessings to weak foundations. He strengthens you, stretches you, and shapes you long before the breakthrough reaches your door. You may notice this through the challenges you've been facing lately. Perhaps life has been unusually demanding. Maybe you've been tested in ways you never expected, emotionally, mentally, financially, or spiritually. You may feel like everything is hitting you at once, and you wonder why the pressure isn't easing. But this pressure is not a sign of abandonment. It is a sign of preparation. God is developing the resilience you need for the next chapter of your life. He's building a foundation inside of you so strong that nothing in the future can shake it. Think about every great story you've ever heard. Before the hero rises, there is always a season of testing. Before the victory, there is always a struggle. Before the reward, there is always a refining process. God works the same way in your life. He uses every challenge to create strength, every delay to create patience, and every setback to create wisdom. You are being trained for the blessing you've been praying for. You are being molded into the person who can carry what's coming without breaking under its weight. Sometimes you ask for more, but God first gives you the chance to grow stronger. Sometimes you ask for elevation, but God first strengthens your character. Sometimes you ask for a breakthrough, but God first builds endurance within you. This is not because He wants to make your life harder, it's because He wants your blessing to last. Temporary strength cannot hold an eternal blessing. So God prepares you deeply, even if the preparation feels difficult, uncomfortable, or lonely. And here is the beautiful part. The strength you're gaining right now is not just for the blessing, it is part of the blessing. Every lesson, every test, every moment that pushed you to grow is becoming part of the greatness you're about to walk into. You are not the same person you were last year. You're not even the same person you were last month. Something in you has shifted. Something in you has matured. Something in you has expanded. That is proof that something big is on the way. Now, as we bring this message to a close, remember this with all your heart. God never prepares you for something small. If you're being stretched, it's because He's preparing you for expansion. If you're being tested, it's because He's preparing you for testimony. If you're feeling pressure, it's because promotion is near. Nothing you are going through is wasted. Every tear, every setback, every closed door, and every delay is part of the divine process shaping you into who you were always meant to become. So keep your faith steady, keep your heart open, keep your spirit strong, because when God is about to give you something big, He first prepares you to rise to the level of that blessing. And when it finally arrives, and it will, you'll look back and realize that the very things that once made you question your strength were the same things that built your strength. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Your blessing is already on its way. And God is preparing you, shaping you, and strengthening you because something big is coming and it has your name on it.